Hello, this is Dinah Lane from the Harwich channel. I'm here today with people from the Harwich Conservation Trust, Connor O'Brien, right there on the far right.
Thanks, Dinah. Always a pleasure to
So
be
nice
here.
to see you. And
too.
Herb Raphael, who is a very, very prominent volunteer with the Trust.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
So nice to see you both. And I know we're going to be talking about a very special project that you have spearheaded, Herb. But Connor, why don't you start by telling us a little bit about the environment that we are talking about?
Sure. So thanks, Dinah. As many know, our Robert F. Smith Coldbrook Preserve underwent an eco-restoration last year from cranberry bogs. It had been farmed as cranberry bogs since the late 1800s, but it went back to its original sinuous stream, marshland, and floodplain.
And it's
we
beautiful.
Yes, yeah, and we have great walking trail there, some new educational signs. So we're very happy with the success of this project, but we're always looking for new ways to enhance habitat, ecosystem functions, and visitor experience. And one of the species that we're trying to enhance for is river otters. And that's why we're here today, is to talk about our enhancement to this property that we've made for river otters. So a little bit of background on river otters. River otters are the largest mustelid in Massachusetts. Mustelids are the weasel family. It includes weasels, minks, and fishers. They're semi-aquatic, and they have the ability to close their eyes or their ears and nostrils underwater and hold their breath for up to 8 minutes. They're also really effective hunters. They're carnivores almost exclusively. They were once rare in Massachusetts, mainly due to habitat loss and overhunting, but with better protection and wetland conservation, their numbers have bounced back. So if you were to visit Coldbrook now, you might be able to see an otter. They're very elusive though, but you might just catch a glimpse of them. So otters don't excavate their own dens. They instead use abandoned burrows or natural cavities. And for this reason, Herb, who can explain a lot more, we decided to create an otter den for them and speed along that process of moving otters back into this newly created habitat at the Robert F. Smith Coldbrook Preserve.
So Herb, you had this idea of how to create an otter den, but you did a lot of research leading up to the final installation, shall we say, right?
Right. It was a very curious experience because you would expect on the web you'd find all kinds of information.
Yes.
But when I looked around in the United States, there was not one single site that talked about otter dens.
Wow.
Which was, considering they're in most states of the country, and they've spent a huge fortune reintroducing them into states.
Really?
You would think there'd be a lot of information about dens.
It is strange.
Zero. All the information I was able to compile was all from Europe.
Wow, okay.
And so I started a correspondence with them and got information about den construction.
So can you tell me a little bit about your background and what led you to an interest in this?
My background's very diverse. I'm an ecologist by training. I spent many years doing international wildlife conservation. So I was always thinking about conserving wildlife.
I see.
So that was my career. I'm retired, been retired a while. And so working here in Harwich, assisting with the trust, it just that's the kind of thing that goes through my mind. How do we make the otters safe? There was no doubt the otters would come, but how do we make them safe?
Right.
Because they tend to cover a lot of ground. They need a lot of space. They're always moving between ponds. So how can we,
But they also like a home.
They also like a home, and they can't build it. Like Connor said, they don't build a home. They find something that they can use.
I see.
Why not create exactly what they need in the right place?
Right, to attract them.
And so that was the intent.
That's a great idea. So you have written some books too, I know. You're an ecologist by trade and a writer as well. Right?
Yes.
So this is great.
I did a lot of work in the Caribbean, which is quite different than here.
So these are birds of
Yes,
the West Indies.
That book, the West Indies book, replaced a book by a fellow named James Bond.
Oh.
He wrote the first West Indies
really?
book. But that's a whole different topic. It's not otters. No otters in the West Indies.
And then something, Revoyage of the Mayflower. which is societal values, conservation's driving force.
Yes, what if the Pilgrims hadn't been on the Mayflower?
Yeah.
What if you replaced them with Hindus?
Uh-huh.
What would have happened in terms of
I
the
see.
ecology
I
of the
see.
United States?
Fascinating.
And so it talks
Fascinating.
about how different the United States would be in terms of wildlife.
Yeah. So you come with a great background. Are you a Harwich resident?
Past 13 years, and
Yeah.
I love it here. It's a great place.
How wonderful that you're here to help and to have created this new idea with the otters here in our own Cold Brook.
Yes, and
Fabulous.
otters are just amazing. One of the things, otters, when the females get impregnated, their egg starts growing into a baby otter, except it stops after very little development.
I
Floats
see.
around in the uterus for practically a year until the
Wow.
female decides this is the time for me to have my young.
Ah, okay.
2 months before she has them, she decides, okay, and then it gets implanted, which is very rare in mammals.
Yeah, it
So
certainly
then
is.
the embryo gets implanted, grows just at the right time for her to have her offspring. So it's an amazing animal in a lot of ways. It's
Yeah, yeah.
It plays more than any other mammal. It's just got lots and lots of great
And
traits.
hopefully a lot more people will know more about otters now that we will be having more of them at Cold Brook.
And we have a camera in the den.
You do?
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, so we have a solar-powered cellular camera that is far away from disturbance, but it will allow folks to get a glimpse of these
Fabulous.
otters. So far, the camera is all set up, and so far we've had one visitor, a rabbit, but so no otters yet. But otters den in the spring. Is that right, Herb?
Right. The females will look for a den in the spring. Exactly.
Okay.
So we'll be sure to keep everyone updated
We'll be
about
waiting with bated breath.
yes about the otter den and share any videos and pictures of the otters when they arrive.
Well, this is a great idea, and it's just another real enhancement to that beautiful, beautiful property. And thank you, Herb, so much for all your
Oh, pleasure.
expertise being brought to bear on this. And thanks so much, Connor, for coming in.
Yes,
Talk
thanks a
to us
lot.
all about it. Can't wait to see the pictures.
We can't either.
Really.
Great. Thanks so much.
Pleasure to be here.
This is Dinah Lane with Harwich Conservation Trust from the Harwich Channel. Thank you so much.